Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Factor Cap Paranormal Files, where we watch the most infamous paranormal videos across the internet and decide if they are Factor Cap. My name is Wes, and why give a shit about my opinion? Well, I've been researching paranormal and investigating for 10 plus years, and I like to stay on the skeptic side, so I don't let these videos push me around and try and get the fakes through. I want to see real footage. I want to know if there's really something out there. So how this series works is we're going to go through videos and I'm going to stop them, pause them, and kind of give my 2 cents as a researcher and investigator. We are back on our favorite channel to watch paranormal videos, and that's Nuke's Top 5. Make sure you go show him some love. The video link for this original video will be in the description. He makes some of the best compilation paranormal videos along with some of the other stuff. So he makes other videos along with paranormal compilations. Anyways, enough of my spiel. Let's jump into it.
Top 10 ghosts caught on camera, desecrated. Japanese paranormal YouTube channel Fourth Wall has been sent several videos taken at the same cemetery somewhere in Japan. The graveyard is said to be haunted by the tragic ghost of a little boy who drowned in a pond 30 years ago.
Red flag.
His parents laid him to rest in the cemetery and commissioned a beautiful statue of their son to be placed at his gravesite to honor and remember him. Late one night, heartless vandals desecrated the grave, destroying the statue and stealing its head. Since then, local legend says that the headless spirit of the child roams the graveyard, forever looking for his missing head. In September of 2015, a CCTV camera at the cemetery records this shocking footage. In the dead of night, a shadow-like figure can be seen walking along the graves. After word of this disturbingly creepy video spread, a Japanese ghost hunter decided to investigate the cemetery for himself. It did not go well. The ghost hunter hears something and turns to see an odd white apparition, but he whips back around and nothing there. He seems to think he imagined it, but when he turns toward the other end of the cemetery row, the apparition is now right in front of him. In abject terror, he makes a run for it. So could it be that these strange figures are the spirit of the little boy, forever wandering the cemetery? Let me know what you think.
Okay, so I stopped earlier and said red flag because it's always a little boy or little girl or anything like that. It just fits the paranormal landscape and people eat that shit up. Okay. The CCTV footage is interesting. My conclusion is someone got a hold of it and edited that in. It could be real because I don't see. I mean, paranormal investigation is super popular in Japan. So, I mean, faking stuff is still on the table for sure. I don't know. It's the same exact smudge on both when he flips back and in front of him. So to me, either there's something on the camera or it's edited. Anytime I immediately get just off put anytime it's the same story a million times done over. Little boy, little girl, you know, white lady in the window, all those very similar stories, I immediately cut off as bullshit. I just it's too often that they get used.
You can watch this full video and many more spooky Japanese ghost videos over on the YouTube channel Fourth Wall. Croatian Creeper. Popular YouTuber Dennis Domian sets out to explore the Brebear Cemetery in his hometown of Brebear, Croatia for his quote, scary bedtime stories video series. He says that throughout his childhood, the cemetery has always given him the creeps, and even now he feels uncomfortable just being there. In the dead of night, he gives a video tour through the graveyard when suddenly he records something that's just unnerving.
Ok, lagano idem jer imam feeling ko da nisam sam.
Did you see it? Someone or some strange distorted figure can be seen standing amongst the graves.
I mean, it's definitely creepy.
But when Dennis turns back, it's gone. Throughout the video, it can be seen that the small cemetery is completely empty, and Dennis swears he was all alone. So just who or what is this strange, distorted thing?
Okay, there it is in frame. Let's do our slow down here. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely creepy. I do like that he's not recording with a toaster like most of these people who make videos. It's tough. He does create paranormal content, so, or at least of some sort. So him capturing something in the graveyard is, you know, either he goes out and does it and he finally found something, or he does it and he finally fakes something so he could get views. It's tough to say. I don't, for videos like this that are very weird and creepy and don't have like the same ass story over and over again. It is at a graveyard, and that is a red flag for me too. Like, just because it's a graveyard doesn't mean that there's souls there, if that's what you want to call it, or ghosts. That's just something that really fits the bill, because people assume if there's dead bodies there must be ghosts, I guess, but that's never really been proven. I would have to know more about this guy before judging either way. It's a really good video, and I feel like if it wasn't fake, more people would be talking about it. I would probably want to sit down and super slow-mo this to see if there's any type of weird problems with this image, to see if it's inserted. It kind of does look like it's inserted, but to the quick view, like, there's shadows behind and nothing looks altered. The ground is a little weird. You would think that the ground would still be the same color over here and behind it. So that's a little weird, but I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm going to say cap, but I have to know more about this person.
Distorted thing. The ghost of the mosh pit. Now, most of the time we think of creepy paranormal video as occurring in the dark, and maybe in creepy old abandoned places. But here's a video that's from a live daytime heavy metal music festival in San Bernardino, California in 2011. And just watch very closely, because it's about to get weird. So a very big guy goes charging into the mosh pit when suddenly he seems to get clotheslined by someone or something that is completely invisible, and he goes flying backwards. Now, that would be weird enough, but his friend helps him up, and then he seems to get forcefully yanked backwards again by some unseen force. He even seems to get dragged backwards along the ground. So is this just the ghost of an angry metal fan? Is this guy just an incredible mime? Or what happened here? You tell me. Caught.
I do think that one's pretty interesting, actually, because it goes against the whole entire normal paranormal video of, hey, let's go to a cemetery or graveyard or abandoned building and immediately see something. I don't know really what is going on here. The first time he falls looks like it could totally be himself, like doing some form of mosh dancing. Like that's possible. Like him whipping his head back like that. But this second one, like, he barely has any footing. And then it does look like right there he gets pushed. And it's not pushed by his homie, who's clearly in frame, right? One thing, I don't know. Yeah, because he's already getting... He looks kind of shocked. Everyone's vibing for sure. It's like a good ass time. So he doesn't even have footing and he's already going back. So either he's like kicking back, but it doesn't even look like he's fully up. I don't know. That's a weird one, guys. That really is. Either he is doing some sort of mosh pit dance slash, just being fucking wild, or there's some sort of, I don't know. I can't really explain that one off. If it's fake. I mean, the only thing I could think of is if there's something like tied to his back and they're like yanking him. But I feel like you would see that. And why would they do that just like randomly? It's definitely not a normal paranormal video. I like this one. I'm gonna call it fact because there's nothing to say that didn't happen. Is it paranormal? I don't know. Maybe. It's like he gets fucking force pushed. I was trying to pause it like here to see if there's any weird like shadows or anything, but it doesn't look like it. Like right here, like that's his arms and his leg. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely weird. If it's edited, that's crazy. It's just like a fake video. Someone's school project. I don't know. Because no one's reacting to it either. Maybe he's just drunk off his ass and he's just fucking feeling the music. I don't know. Good video. I like it.
On camera, Instagram user Satanic Tacos, aka Heather, says she is skeptical of all things paranormal and doesn't believe in the afterlife or ghosts. But late one night, her 1-year-old son wakes up very upset and doesn't stop crying for over 2 hours. Bizarrely, the motion detectors on the CCTV cameras around Heather's house were going off too. She checked her recorded CCTV footage, and to her shock, just after her child starts crying, one of the cameras outside catches something downright creepy. A strange translucent figure seems to appear right out of the wall of the lower deck and can be seen walking through the snow away from the house. Heather says she has no idea what this could be and is a little freaked out about the timing with her son's crying. Now, as for myself, usually I would just say that this is a compression error in the camera and that it's blurring a person who is walking in darkness. But everything else here in the video is perfectly clear and the footage is well lit. So I'm a bit confused myself. If you see a video that you think would be video is perfectly clear and the footage is well lit. So I'm a bit confused myself. If you
I don't know. I don't. He says that there's snow on the ground, right? I live somewhere where we get a lot of snow, and it looks like it's windy. Sometimes if the snow and wind mix, it kind of kicks up this like snowflake sparkly dust, and that's exactly what it looks like. So here's the thing: if I could get timestamps of the baby crying right when this happened, maybe. But we're just, her name's Satanic Tacos, like trying to make some Instagram clout through paranormal means. Like, a good way to do that is the first thing to start like, hey, I don't believe in paranormal, but look at this paranormal thing. It's been done before. I think it's fake. I think maybe she thinks it's something, but I do think it's just the snow kick up.
Video is perfectly clear and the footage is well lit. Now this next creepy video was sent in by a very nice Nuke's Top 5 viewer, but it's an old clip and the source is unknown. The video is believed to have been recorded in the West Java area of Indonesia, and it shows two men encountering something horrifying on the road. The two men pray continuously as they encounter what looks to be an extremely pale figure of a little girl. Even more terrifying, as they get closer, the figure seems to float up into the night sky above them. Now, because I don't know the actual source of this video, it's impossible.
So right there,
know the actual source of this.
You can't see it because they're recording on a toaster.
Video, it's impossible.
Hold on, I can get it. Let me slow her down here.
The two men pray.
So when he pans his camera back, there's a tree. Right here is a tree. So I think, hopefully it's not a person, because that would be, we're watching a different kind of video if that's a person. My guess is that that's some sort of, I don't know, some sort of decorative type thing, and either they're getting a prank pulled on them or they're recording a prank video.
Of a little girl. Even more terrifying, as they get closer, the figure seems to float up into the night sky above them. Now, because I don't know the actual source of this video, it's impossible to check its legitimacy in any way.
Because it looks like it just, like, it could easily just be a rope around it, and it gets pulled up through the tree, thus looking like it's elevating because it's late at night.
Real or not,
and you just can't see the rope, or maybe they just use fishing line or whatever it is.
Definitely very creepy.
because it doesn't disappear.
And it certainly shocked me when I first watched
The camera just is shit quality, so the further they get away, the worse they can see, and there's zero lighting on the street.
it. I was not expecting the flying. Crying in the dark. Paranormal investigators Jordan and Johnny from the YouTube channel Paranormal set out to investigate an old house in Manitoba, Canada that's believed to be haunted. The story goes that in the 1960s, a woman named Rachel discovered that her husband of only 2 months had run off with another woman. It is said that neighbors heard Rachel sobbing uncontrollably shortly before taking her own life. Cut to current day. It is said that in the house, lights turn on and off by themselves. Strange written notes have been left behind, and loud disembodied sobbing has been heard coming from the basement. Not long after the Paranormies start their overnight investigation, the guys decide to head down into the gloomy basement. That's when investigator Johnny hears and captures something downright chilling.
What was that?
You heard something?
Oh, dude, that's like... Oh, let's watch more.
Yeah, it sounded like a kid's voice.
Ready. It said...
Ready?
What did it say earlier? Did it say child? Yeah, it did say
It
child.
sounded like a kid's voice coming from down here. I don't know if I want to turn these lights off. I was going to turn them off.
Johnny is shocked when he hears the sound of sobbing coming from somewhere down in the basement. The guys now believe that the spirit of Rachel might be with them. Meanwhile, earlier in the investigation, the Paranormies set up 3 separate motion-activated REM pod devices on the main floor of the house. As they're investigating down in the basement, they hear something truly bizarre.
You heard that? Footsteps upstairs?
I heard it.
REM pod?
And then another one.
I mean, the second part's more interesting.
The investigators hear footsteps right above them, and a static camera records as 2 motion-activated REM pod devices are triggered by something moving around on the main floor. Then a light turns on and off on its own. Jordan and Johnny decide to set up a laser grid and point it towards the kitchen and living room on the main floor, right beside the basement stairs. As they are discussing just what might be going on in the house, they capture something very disturbing.
Even when I said, like, hey, it did RAC, am I okay? Like, thank you. Like, I don't need you to continue on. What? Shut up. What did you see? I heard the wrong.
A shadow.
Really? Rachel, are you
Right
here?
from here? This way? Like over this way or that way? Between the letters.
Even when I said, like, hey, it did RAC, am I okay? Like, thank you. Like, I don't need you to continue on. What? Shut up.
An odd misshapen shadow figure darts across the ceiling in the living room right in front of Johnny. The 2 investigators rush over to check out the area, but find nothing and no one. So just what is this? Did the Paranormies team capture the distraught spirit of Rachel? Let me know what you think. You can watch.
Yeah, okay. So, first thing with the audio, to me, it kind of sounded like as they were walking down the stairs, and I could be wrong. I mean, I couldn't tell, but it sounds more like someone's shoes are wet and squeaking. If they were not wearing shoes, they were wearing socks, then yeah, that could be something weird. But also, those stairs are so creaky that it could also be those. The first initial, when they were downstairs and they heard footsteps, you can't really tell. But then when you hear the audio upstairs, definitely sounds like someone was walking around. This video is very weird too, because you have your dots, right? And these are like, you know, infrared lights to kind of like, if something crosses the path, you would see it. Something definitely did.
His team captured the distraught spirit of Rachel. Let me know what you think.
Now, and I do like this guy's reaction a lot. I'm actually going to check out their channel. Maybe I'll cover a video or two of theirs. I really like his reaction because it was immediately like, what the fuck? And he walks towards it, you know, instead of just being like, oh, what was that? So it makes me think more that these guys are really like trying to find some shit. And you know what? I think they might have. Honestly, they honestly might have. Could that be faked? For sure. For sure it could. Like, you could easily fake something like that with some weird tapestry, or, you know, you get some fishing line and you hook up like a weird cloth to it that's black and you just start pulling it. You would definitely have to have a third person there. You could fake the footsteps. You could fake the light switch. You could just have someone in the room flipping the light switch. It's black, so you could have someone doing footsteps. Like, it's all possible to fake, but I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I think this could be some actual footage. Finally. We've been watching a lot of them where I think that's super fake. I don't think that this one's fake. Maybe I'll bite my words later if I go and research these guys and it is found out that they do a lot of fakes, but I like this one a lot, and I don't think it is cap.
You can watch this full investigation and many more spooky videos over on the YouTube channel, Paranormies. Caught in the headlights. Now this next video is not in any way related to the paranormal. It's actually the official music video of a very popular Mexican rap group called Cartel de Santa, and it's been viewed over 64 million times on YouTube. But many confused fans pointed out something very spooky that happens near the beginning of the music video. Pay very close attention.
Oh yeah, what the fuck was that?
Did you see it? In front of the car, the headlights illuminate some bald grayish figure crouching in the bushes that suddenly stands up to look at the couple before quickly disappearing. Many fans believe that the rappers might have accidentally recorded something paranormal on camera. But of course, this could simply be a crew member that was accidentally caught in the video shot. But if it's a crew member, that leads to many questions. Like, why is he gray? Why is he crouching in the bushes? Why does it look like he's not wearing a shirt? And why does he move in such an odd and creepy way? Even after the many confused questions and comments, the group has never released a statement about who or what this could be. So for now, the identity of this man, or whatever that is in the bushes, remains a mystery.
That one's kind of creepy. Yeah, I mean, it could be a crew member who got caught and he's just like, oh, fuck, and dived off. It does, like, he does look weird if it is a person. It could also be an Easter egg. Maybe whoever edited their video for it wanted to, like, throw in a little Easter egg for his own fun. That's been done before. It's creepy. It's just how fast it disappears is why I think it could be like an Easter egg or something like that. Because it's like literally within like a couple frames, he's gone. Definitely a little creepy. Definitely a little creepy. I like that one.
Bewitched. Now this next video is one of the strangest paranormal videos I've ever seen. So TikTok user Luca from Nashville, Tennessee is out delivering packages one day when he suddenly spots something very bizarre in the skies above.
Hey, so out making deliveries, and what is this? There's a floating broom. Look, it's just floating. Like, seriously. There's no wire, there's nothing it's connected to. It's... What is that? Seriously. It's just and it's moving too.
Now, I'm honestly not sure what to make of this video. This object that does look very much like a floating broom is obviously not a kite or a balloon, and it doesn't appear to be suspended by wires or a drone. If it's CGI, then it would take a visual effects expert to track this effect in with such a shaky camera. Also, Luca has no other videos that contain any CGI or anything even remotely paranormal. Luca claims that the video is 100% real.
By the way, it was a floating broom. I did not see any wires. There was no drone. I gave a pretty good view above and below it. Guys, I swear on my life, there was nothing above it or below it. It was a floating broom. I don't know if somebody was doing a voodoo spell or if it was a floating broom. I've never seen anything like it. I don't ever want to see anything like it again. It was real. I don't do CGI. I don't know how to do that. It was a floating broom, okay? I'm just as stumped as you are. I happened to be the person that rolled up on it.
So I have no idea what this could be. Is it supernatural? Is it a quote glitch in the Matrix? Or is it just a very elaborate hoax? You decide. Follow.
That one, I don't know about that one. That's weird. Floating broom. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. His response seems somewhat genuine when he kind of starts laughing and like closing his eyes and not looking at the camera. It seemed a little bit more maybe like it's a filter of some sort. Because that's the thing, is like it could be a glitch on a filter, or I don't know. I don't have any explanations for it because, you know, they claim that it's not a drone or anything along those lines. It could be like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one. It looks fake. It really does look fake, but if that guy's a genuine person, that's what a lot of these videos come down to, is like, is this guy a liar or not? Would he fake it for views?
Ghost hunter Martin from the YouTube channel Martin's Junction sets out to explore the abandoned and allegedly haunted Nepali house in the middle of the jungle in India. The house is so secluded and hidden away that the only way to get to it is by crossing a slippery log over a river. Before he heads out, Martin sets up a static night vision camera at the log to record as he makes his way towards the house. Now,
I've told you guys this before, but if you're going to make a paranormal channel, please don't go do shit alone. Like, especially sketchy shit like that. Like, he could have easily fallen off that log, hit his head, and could have just died right there with no one there. Like, I know it can be even more thrilling, and sometimes you can't find people to go with you, but like, it's so unnecessarily dangerous sometimes, especially if you're going to abandoned buildings with multiple floors. Like, at least take one person or let people know. Like, don't end up being a body that gets found somewhere because you wanted to go make videos.
the house is empty and full of bats, lizards, and snakes. So after a bad fall, Martin decides to head back home. But
See, he fell.
something might have followed him. As Martin attempts to cross back over the log, things take a terrifying turn.
Hmm. He's acting like he's hearing stuff.
Something dark seems to be lurking in the jungle behind Martin, but every time the ghost hunter checks the area behind him with his flashlight, whatever it is has disappeared.
I think it's
The
edited.
mysterious figure appears several times and disappears just as fast. So what do you think happened to Martin? Did he fall by accident? Or did some dark, vengeful spirit follow him back from the house? Let me know.
I think
The
it's either
abandoned-
edited or it's his flashlight and the compression on the camera. I don't think that's real.
Asylum. Lead paranormal investigator Kaylee Love from the YouTube channel Love to Investigate reached out to me about a very creepy video she recorded in an old abandoned mental asylum in South Wales, UK. Kaylee says that she was alone with a fellow investigator exploring one of the decaying asylum's many buildings. Without knowing, she captures something absolutely chilling.
The bathroom again today. That's pretty cool, that is. Smells like an hospital in this part, definitely.
Did you see it? At the end of the hallway in front of Kaylee and her team member, someone appears to be standing there, just watching her, before simply disappearing around the corner. Kaylee says she didn't see anyone there at the time. In fact, the odd figure was actually pointed out by viewers in her YouTube comments. So could this be the spirit of a patient who tragically passed away at the abandoned mental asylum? I leave it up to you to decide.
That's pretty cool, that is.
I don't know, man. Like, unless this lady doesn't edit or view her videos at all, which contradicts paranormal, which would contradict doing paranormal videos, because like you sometimes can't hear shit or see shit. So you're telling me that if she edited this or went through this at least once to see if she heard any, like if the phone captured anything on audio, and she didn't see that, and then her viewers, like, there's no way you don't see that. It's so obviously there.
Definitely.
Watching her before simply disappearing around the corner.
Like, in that fact alone, like, unless she just doesn't even touch her videos and she just goes and like records, posts. Like, if she does that, then I guess okay, maybe. But there's no way that she edits her videos and missed that, and then all of a sudden her viewers saw it. I don't buy it.
Kaylee says she didn't see anyone there at the time. In fact, the odd figure was actually pointed out by viewers in her YouTube comments. So could this be the spirit of a patient who tragically passed away at the abandoned mental asylum? I leave it up to you.
Like, even me, like, a lot of my videos, I, like, depending on which video you're, or which series you're following, like this one I'll edit a little bit, and like some of my gaming ones get edited quite a bit. But I still watch all of them at least once through to make sure that it's like at least postable in my eyes, right? Like, make sure there's no audio that's jacked up or like something broke or whatever. Like, I'll watch them at least once. And I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't buy it. I think it's fake. I think that's added in. Or it's someone there with I just don't buy it. But that's going to do it for this episode of Factor Cap Paranormal Files. Again, my name is Wes. Please let me know if there's any that you agree or disagree with me in the comment section below. I'm always fascinated to hear other people's experiences or thoughts on paranormal. If you'd like to reach out and tell me any of your personal experiences, or if you have any footage you want me to go over, please send it my way. All my social medias will be linked down below. Again, this video will also be linked, so go give it a watch and go show some love over to Nuke Stop 5. Aside from that, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.